I am like all over the place for this video. Okay. Okay, hello everybody. Good morning. So today I'm filming a video that I've been getting a ton of messages about on Instagram, specifically from like first-time moms. It's a newborn must-haves video because this, if you didn't know, I am a mom of 4 currently, so I am on my 4th newborn. I feel like I kind of have a good idea now of the products that I love during the newborn phase versus the things that I thought I would love and maybe didn't end up loving or just didn't use that much. So I'm just gonna jump right into all of the things that I feel are actually important, actually helpful, and sometimes aren't necessarily needed, but have been very nice to have this time. And some of these products I've used since my 1st all the way through my 4th because they are tried and true and they are definitely must-haves. Okay, so my first 2 products are actually not products, but they are apps that you can get on your phone, which is awesome. I think one of them is free and one of them is a couple bucks. It's not much. And I've been using both of these for all of my kids. I tried filming the screen, but it was really dark trying to show it on camera. So I'm just gonna include photos over here of the apps. The first app is called the Hatch Baby app. I use this app so many times a day. I personally use it to track feedings. I know not everybody does that, but I really like having a record of the last time that she nursed, what side she nursed on, and how long she nursed for. It gives me a better idea of when to feed her again, what side to feed her on, as well as how much milk she kind of got based on how long she ate for. You can also use this app to track sleep and weight. I don't use the sleep function because I use a different app for that, but the weight I definitely do use. So every time we go to the pediatrician and they weigh her, I just record her weight on the app that day. That way I can just track to make sure she's gaining good. The second app is called the Wonder Weeks. So in this app, you input your baby's due date because it's based on your due date, not your actual birth date. And it helps show when your baby is going through developmental leaps. So if your baby's being more fussy than normal, you can look on their calendar and see if anything aligns with the mental leap that they might be in right now. It tells you what they're learning, what they're developing. I feel like it gives me a lot more clarity when Faye or Ruben or Asher or Emma were going through leaps and I would know what to expect. I found it to be super helpful. I think it costs a couple dollars on the App Store, but I've definitely used it with every single kid, and I only had to buy it one time for Emma, and I just reused it for every child. Okay, this next thing I've also used with all of my children, and it is the owlette. If you don't know what it is, we have the old one because I wasn't gonna buy the new one because we've used it and it's worked great for all of our kids. But it's an owlette. You keep it, it's like a sock that you put on your baby's foot at night and it tracks their oxygen and their heart rate. I know they have like a new and improved one, but we just have like the old school one. So this is what it looks like. It's like a little sock. Faye is still on the first size, which it says right here, 6 to 8 pounds. So she might be ready for the next one any day now. And you put it on their foot, you charge it during the day, you put it on their foot at night. Some people use them for naps. We only use it overnight. You turn it on by clicking this right here. You can see there's a little sticker on it. It has an A from Asher because we had 2 of these with the twins and we wanted to keep track of whose was whose. So if anything happens in the middle of the night, like their oxygen drops or their heart rate increases or decreases, it sends off an alarm. So this has significantly decreased my anxiety as a new mom. If you didn't know, our first daughter, Bryn, was stillborn. So when we brought our daughter, Emma, home from the hospital, I had incredibly bad anxiety, and the owlette relieved so much of that for me. My anxiety coming home with the rest of our kids has not been as high as it was when I came home with Emma, just because that was my first baby that was coming home with me. But the owlette decreased my anxiety so much at night because I felt like I could not sleep without having it on her. It made me feel so much better to know that if anything happened, an alarm was going to be sent off. And although I don't need it as much as I felt like I did with Emma, I always recommend it because for me it's given such peace of mind. I've used it for all of my kids and I would highly recommend it to anybody who might be struggling with something similar. So that is number 3. Number 4 is some sort of pack and play or an area to change your baby at night during the middle of the night. Some people just use a changing pad on top of a dresser. That's what we did with our twins, but we don't have that anymore. We just have a desk. So we set up this pack and play. It's got a changing area right here as well as a bassinet area. We did the same thing with the boys, but we kept this in the living room. We moved it into our bedroom this time. We just keep some diapers right here and the wipes right here, and it's the perfect spot to change her in the middle of the night. Doesn't have to be a pack and play, but I feel like this is multi-use with a newborn because we get use out of this in other areas when she will get older. We took this camping, we take it when we go on overnight trips where there's no crib, etc., etc. So I feel like it's a really great investment. Doesn't have to be this one, but I do love this one. Again, it's kind of old. It's the 4Moms, like one of the first ones they came out with. I love how easily it collapses, but we use this every single night in the middle of the night, as well as during the day to change her in. So just a really good area for you to have in the middle of the night to do changes. You will notice that all of my newborn must-haves are in our bedroom because I use them every day. This next one is a type of swaddle. We found these with the boys because they're actually from the brand Happiest Baby, and they're the ones that you use with the snoo, but you don't have to use these with the snoo. You don't have to have the snoo bassinet. You can just buy these as regular swaddles, and I really, really love them and highly recommend them. We used to use the Halo ones, but I like this better. I'll show you why. So you put the baby in, you strap their arms down with this Velcro piece right here. So their arms are in there, and then they added this. This was not a thing when we had the boys in them, but there's like a little like crotch piece, I guess, that goes, their legs go through here. So there's like 3 pieces of Velcro, and then you just zip up the sleep sack. It's like a little bean looking one, but this works so well. Swaddles are very easy for babies to get out of, and these ones I found our kids have a harder time getting out of. I don't know why. It feels like there's like double going on. Like there's the arm swaddle, the crotch piece, I don't know what else to call this, and the zip sack. So there's lots of security in there. I found these with the twins because we got this new, but I know that you can purchase them without like these little wings on the side that attach to the bassinet and just use it as a swaddle. And then also there's these little buttons on the side. So if your baby doesn't like sleeping with their arms swaddled down, you can put them out through these holes, or as you transition them away from swaddling, it becomes a sleep sack. And I really liked that too. You can do one arm at a time, whatever you need to do. You can buy multiple sizes. There's mesh at the top and the bottom so baby doesn't get overheated. And some swaddles are really good and some are really, really bad. This is a really good one. I wrote all of my essentials on my notes app so that I could not forget anything. Oh, okay, I know one. This is a new one to me. I did not use these with my other kids until the boys were like 18 months possibly, and you're probably sick of hearing about them, but I will not lie, they are amazing. Kite Baby sleepers. These are made of bamboo. They are incredibly stretchy. I love that Faye will get to wear these for such a long time. They have the mitts at the hands if you use them. Actually, we never use those, but I'm just being honest. We have tons of colors in these because out of all the sleepers we have, although they are really cute sleepers, they're not as stretchy, they're not as comfortable, they're not as breathable. I also feel like they're good on their skin because 2 of our kids deal with eczema, and I don't know if Faye will yet, but it's good to know that these are really soft on their skin. I'm sure you can find other bamboo ones, but I really like these ones. Also, I think they're coming out with a Harry Potter line soon, and I'm really excited about those. Okay, carriers. Currently, these are the 2 that I have been using a lot. Again, these are hand-me-downs from all 3 kids. These are Wild Bird ring slings. I like these more when baby gets a little bit more head support, because in the Solly, I feel like I can tuck their head inside, and you can't do that as much with these. And then I do have a Solly, but I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it has baby poop on it right now because I use it almost every night, and I need to wash it. This is the pattern on it. I have a Solly Baby. It is a wrap type of baby carrier, and it is super soft. I feel like these are the best for newborns. And then I'm gonna try this one soon. Sakura, I hope I'm saying this right, Sakura Bloom. This is more of a structured one, and as she gets older, I feel like this will be good for long periods. Oh, my next must-have. All right, here's my next must-have. We've been using this since Emma was a baby as well. This is the Hatch Rest. So each of our kids have this in their bedroom. It is a sound machine nightlight. There's an app that goes with it, the same brand, the app that I showed you earlier. You can set it to whatever specific settings you want. We actually have the Hatch, I think this one is called, oh shoot, I forget what this one is called. This is the adult version, essentially. This is the one we use every night with Faye because she sleeps in our room. See how easy that is? So I already have settings configured on here that we use a red light during the middle of the night. You can hear there's a sound machine going on right now, and when you're done, it's as easy as tapping. It's the same with this one. I can show you in the twins' room. So this is the one in their room. This is the settings we have for them currently. Sound machine goes dark if we need it, and that's that. You can also make it a, what's it called? Like a time to rise type of thing, where if you tell your kids like when the light turns green in the morning, then you can get out of bed. We haven't done that because our kids haven't needed that yet, but I know that a lot of people do use it for that, and you configure all of those settings in the app. It's super easy. We take these with us everywhere we travel because they are a must-have. And we now have 3 of them, not including the one in our room, so we actually have 4. I wouldn't spend the money on the expensive one though. I think that there's like a regular one, and then there's like a little bit fancier one. Just get the regular one. The other ones, it's just not worth it. I forget what number we're on, but this is a tiny but mighty newborn must-have. All of our kids have suffered with gas pain in the newborn phase. I don't know if it really matters what brand you use, but gas drops you can pick up any place, Target, the drugstore. These are a must-have for us because, like I said, all of our kids struggle with gas pain, especially when they're little, and you just give them a couple drops of these and it almost instantly helps remove the gas pain when they're so tiny. I try not to use them too often, but I don't think it really matters that much. You give them a tiny amount, and we use these probably like 2 or 3 times a week if Faye is having a hard night. Tiny but mighty. Warm baths also. Try that with your newborn if you're having gas pain, because those have really been helping Faye. I am like all over the place for this video. Okay, next must-have. What number are we on? Doesn't matter. This is a manual breast pump. This is my first time actually using a manual pump like this. Usually I just use the Haka, which I really like as well. Definitely something that you should look into. But all of my kids have been really efficient nursers, meaning that they don't typically nurse very long, and they usually only want to nurse on one side. Emma was the same way. The boys, they had to because they shared mom, but Faye is the same as Emma. She only wants to nurse on one side. I started using the Haka, but it wasn't a strong enough suction for me to help get my milk flowing out. So I got a manual pump. I think this one was like $24 at Target. There's even a Target Circle app for it. Put it on the boob and you pump in the middle of the night. That way you don't have to go out in the middle of the night and pump if your baby sleeps a longer stretch. I had that happen a couple weeks ago where she slept a little bit longer and I woke up in a lot of pain and I had to go set up the pump and all of that. This is just easier to keep on your nightstand so that in the middle of the night, if your baby sleeps a long time or they're only eating on one side, so if I'm nursing on one side, then I'll just put this on the other, and that way I can save the milk and it just doesn't just like go to waste in the nursing pad. I will get like 4 ounces when I use this in the middle of the night. So I highly recommend any type of manual pump. Doesn't have to be this one, or the Haka if you don't want to use a manual one is also really good. I just find that this has a better suction. I also like that it has this on the bottom so it won't fall over on our nightstand. And I think there's one more thing out in the living room that I want to share. Let me just go grab it. Play gym. So we have this one. It's from Bye Bye Baby. I forget the brand. I want to say it's Infantino, but any type of play gym that you can get your hands on. It doesn't have to be one of the fancy ones. Like I said, this one is one of the cheaper ones actually. You can put your own toys on it, or this one came with all these cute little ones. It's just nice to have a place to put baby down and play. We put contrast books on here for her to look at, which is another great idea. But just some sort of like activity center like this to have the baby to have a space to lay down and play in, to put some contrast cards or books on is a must-have, I think. I think that's kind of it for my newborn must-haves. Most of these items, I feel like a majority of these items are things, like I said, that I have used throughout all 4 of our kids. There's a lot of things I bought this pregnancy, even not a lot, but like a couple items that I bought that I thought were gonna be must-haves, but these are the items, I don't even remember how many I showed you guys, but these are the items that I find myself using every single day or grabbing for all the time, and they're definite must-haves. If I have to throw anything else in there, I just realized it would probably be this diaper pail that I have. It's not really even a must-have. I just really like it because the plastic ones I feel like smell really bad, but this one is metal and it keeps the stink out. But other than that, I feel like that is the things that I definitely use every single day as a mom of 4, like going through my head. I can't think of anything else that I feel like is as important as these items to me. Everyone's gonna be different, so I'm curious to know what yours are down in the comments down below. Like, what are your things that you feel like you would have died without as a first-time parent or like a 4th-time mom even? Because these to me are things that I feel like I would be lost without as a newborn parent. But yeah, I'm curious to know what everyone else's are down in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful if you're looking for things that you need as a new parent or a parent again. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. She just woke up from a nap actually. She's kind of mad dogging me right now, but she's literally wearing a little kite baby romper right now because we love them. We do. Hi, honey.